Well, at one point you started dating Karrine Steffans,
I did.
aka Superhead.
Hey, man, that's Karrine. Karrine. We call her
Karrine.
Karrine. Yes.
Karrine.
Yes.
Well, I actually produced the Kiss and Tell documentary that you were in.
You did that.
I was the producer. Yeah, I wasn't the director, but the original interviews came from me, and the concept came from me. And
Right.
I
And so
overlooked the
y'all
whole
came to the
project.
studio to interview me when I made the statement that sometimes you end up with an optorectal neurorectomology. And that's when your
Right.
brain get crossed with your eyelids and you have a shitty outlook on life.
That ended up being a very tumultuous relationship for you.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you this, Vlad. I really feel like this. In Hollywood, I feel like celebrities should date celebrities. Period. And it took me years to arrive at this conclusion. I don't care if it's an actor dating a singer. I don't care if it's a model. You cannot be in, especially now where Hollywood has gone with social media, because I mean, we were just at the beginning stages of things going viral at the time. And, man, once again, when someone reaches a certain level of success and all of a sudden they find themselves flailing because they're not getting the attention, a lot of times people will do anything to maintain that attention, and now we call it clout chasing. Um, um, you know, it was a very tumultuous relationship because we were young. And, I have a certain je ne sais quoi, that has been known to affect the fairer sex in certain ways, to where reactions, can be adverse. I mean, but you have to understand, man. I mean, look, if you give a woman a little bit of money, she gives you a home. You give her a little bit of food, she gives you a meal. You give her, you give her your body, she produces a baby. So if you give her any shit, you're going to get a shitstorm. And at the time, man, I wasn't aware enough to understand that beautiful women are like exotic cars. They take a lot of maintenance. I mean, you get a Rolls Royce, man, the brake job is $10,000 alone. So you can't just run a Rolls Royce, if you're not expecting to pay for that brake job. So it was a very expensive and tumultuous situation, man, and it's pretty much the reason why I don't drive a Rolls Royce to this day.
Well, you had a quote, and it was mentioned in the documentary. You said, if you could turn a hoe into a housewife, Karrine would be the one.
Pretty much, yeah, man. Because at the time, I feel this way about most women who have had difficult walks of life. They're very appreciative. Most women are very appreciative when they do come across something that is worth having, and they'll fight for it and they want to keep it because they know what the alternative is. Like I said, they take scraps and they make a meal. They take a little bit of money and they make a home. So Karrine had all those qualities, man. The thing that was difficult for us is, like I said, it's just hard for some people to turn it off. And you have to decide when you're going to allow yourself to be opened up to the public and when you're going to take time to work on yourself. And man, it's just hard. You look at all the relationships, that are put out there in public. I mean, like a couple as strong as Linda Hogan and Hulk Hogan. As many years as she had been with him through all of the WWF to now the WWE and this legend, they couldn't even do it, man. And the business is just really a trip. It'll make things very, very, very difficult, man, where relationships are concerned, which is why I really believe that entertainers should be with entertainers, period.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the things that stood out during those interviews in the documentary was the Bobby Brown story, where you actually ran into Bobby Brown, and he was like, "What are you doing with her?" Like, same thing you were doing with her. Like,
Man,
I just found that line kind of funny.
You good, man. You do your homework. You good. What's so funny about that? I was just talking to George Clinton about that night. We were actually at a George Clinton concert. He was another one of my greatest mentors. And everybody was so shocked when I walked into the room with her. And that really did happen. Everybody was like, whoa. I mean, she was looking hot, man. I mean, she's a gorgeous woman, man. She's beautiful. I mean, she's amazing in so many ways. Look, what attracted me to Karrine wasn't her body, it was her mind. So you put that kind of mind into that kind of body, it's dangerous, man. I mean, we fell in love, man. We were heading 95 going south, man, on the interstate, man. You know, it was amazing, man. And Bobby tried to warn me, and we were laughing about this, George and some of the guys. And I did say to him, I said, I'm doing the same thing you was doing with her. You know? But you know, and it's so funny. Sometimes you look at a situation that doesn't work out for others. It doesn't work out well for others, and you think that you may be able to navigate through it. You know, but I think that some people are better alone.